Bible study. I'm your host, Greg Sostrom, and we are continuing our deep drive through the book of James. And now we're at James chapter 1, verses 12 through 15. It says, "Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Let no one say when he is tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and when it is full grown, it brings forth death." James 1:12 to 15. Now, temptation is defined as the desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. Now, I know, none of you have ever done that, but now Satan is also referred to as the tempter. And you might recall the occasion where we read about it in Matthew 4, where Jesus had just been fasting for 40 days in the desert. And then Satan comes along. He tempts him to turn the rocks into bread. Didn't work. Took him to a high place, said, "Jump down, the angels they'll catch you." It didn't work. And then finally said, "Look, if you'll just bow down and worship me, all this world is yours." And it was Satan's world to give. And Jesus refuted him all 3 times with Scripture. It didn't work. Now in James, we read that we are also tempted by our own desires. So a lot of people like to blame the enemy, the devil, for everything. But you know as well as I do that our own desires can get us in trouble. And I think we make Satan's job pretty easy. A friend of mine several years ago, we were talking about going to the beach and what it was like and everything. And he was a new believer in Jesus. And he said, I don't know how you do it, because when I go to the beach, he said, all the women are just wearing these little swimsuits, and I can't help but stare at them and think about things I shouldn't be thinking about. He said, "I don't know how you do it." And I said, "Well," said it probably would be better if he didn't go to the beach, if that's going to be a problem. And then we talked about putting on the whole armor of God, about being in the Word and prayer, and building up the strength inside of you so that